Okay, hey John, this is Sonny. I just spoke to you on air there, and I appreciate that. Let's. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough down in Antarctica, okay, and show you a couple of things. And it's just fascinating. It's really world changing. It's a, let's just dive right in, John. Okay, you're looking at some giants right here, right here. The feminine features that we see are often associated with a little bit of a different kind of cranial structure that you'll see here. That is actually a blunt force trauma that resulted in the cavity there. This is what we see down in Göbekli Tepe, and what we really are looking at is a succession of catastrophic events that were foretold through the cultures that were subsequent to one another. The previous culture would leave the record, and then it would just be carried down. These are the T-shaped megaliths that are so distinctive. It's very clear what that is. Okay, I'm sure you can see that. Let's take a look at the giant head. Okay, that's what that is. There's another one here. If you really get in there and take a look, you're going to see that they're actually holding young. There's a younger there. You can kind of make out the hand there, the arms coming down there, over there. You can see that structure, the skeleton there very clearly. And I'll let you get in there for yourselves. I mean, we can spend so much time, but let me give you an idea of the scope of some of these giants that we're looking at in the temple complexes. This is a bone. You can see that bone, can't you? It's been, retrofitted and celebrated in kind of a ceremonial fashion by subsequent cultures. And really, the giants got smaller as it went on, is certainly what it looks like to me. And as a remote viewer, that's what I can tell you. You're going to see another entrance here. You see that? Okay. Wow. This is history right here, big time. Okay. You can see some things here that just are out of the box. Okay. And what is in the box? Good question to ask. It really looks like the Ark or an Ark, doesn't it? Antarctica. Wow. Maybe that's what that means. There's so much other, different details that I'd like to show you here. I'm going to leave with just one more. Take a look at this. There's a glyph in Göbekli Tepe that has kind of, it's a three-dimensional glyph on one of those T-shapes, and it's like a cat coming down. And it looks like they left a replica of what they knew was on Antarctica from the previous cultures in Göbekli Tepe as kind of a map, and that's reflected in the Pyrie Reis map and all of that. And even the U.S. Navy used the Pyrie Reis map as they went down there in Operation Deep Freeze 1, 2, and 3. I have those documents for you. Fascinating. I'll leave the other stuff out, but we can see that cat here. You can see the tail coming down right there. You see that? This is certainly raised. Look how big that is. It looks like it's been defaced, or the head's off of it, or and I'm conjecturing on that. I can't tell you definitively that is the cat, but that's what I suspect. And let me show you a couple of other things. You wouldn't believe what's in here. You wouldn't even believe it. It's pretty cool. I'm going to show it to you if you'll oblige that. And that goes under the ice, and so does what I'm going to show you next. And I'm going to show you a rail system that's actually going under the ice. And wow, that's another kind of big one. So let me get in here and show you. And then I'm going to show you one more area after this. And so let's take a look at this megalith right there. You can see that. Well, hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Updated imagery. See if we've got that right. And so let me see, guys. It's right here. Huh. Wow. Now I've got video. I've got lots of video. It looks like maybe we've had some changes here, which is what I've been monitoring. Yeah, there was a huge megalith right here, and the pad is there, but it's gone. Oh, we've got melting. That's why, big time. This is totally different. So let's look at this rail system real quick. You can see those rail tracks. They're going under the ice, John. Okay? They're going under the ice. There's an entrance right there. One of the things that I'm very accustomed to doing and have excelled at is the characterization of underground facilities. We can see how far this thing goes. There is a whole network under the ice, okay? That's proof of that. and there's so much more that I would just love to show you. I'm going to go ahead and show you the pyramid because it's that important, and I'm going to let you probably get a look at some tools and some other things that were made. Let me see. I'm freestyling this, so here we go. Okay. Now, when I first remote viewed this, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I knew I had something, and I just kind of, wow. The perimeter base of this pyramid, John, is much bigger than that. I'm not sure what's wrong with that scale. Let's see, okay, that scale's a little wacky, but from the tentative measurements that I can give you is around 7,000 feet for the perimeter base measurement there. That's almost 1,000 feet greater than the Great Pyramid of Giza, which of course is 3,000. I'm sorry, twice as much, and some change. It's twice as much and plus 1,000 feet. And this is actually a column that goes down into the ice when I remote view it. Okay, and it goes way down into the ice. And there's some really anomalous features here. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. I just kind of released this the other day. We can get a look inside of here, and you know. What is that, John? Okay. Do you see a face there? Because you probably should. Wow. That's amazing. There's signs of habitation and there's other things here. Irrespective to any of that, we can all agree that, you know, nature doesn't make a pyramidal shape, right? So there's that. When I initially found this part, I thought that it was some type of a large dinosaur. I'm not sure if it's not, but we see some mixed features here, which is not you know, inconsistent with some of the other findings, and so it's still important to look at this. But let's go ahead and get this out of the way, okay? That is a face and the face features, irrefutably. I didn't see it at first. What I saw was like a T-Rex shape. I saw the hindquarter and the tail coming back here, and I thought that the neck had been severed very cleanly, and I found, you know, something to corroborate that right over here. Let me show you. You know, I used to have a really good friend that was a flint napper, you know, worked with obsidian and different types of glass and stuff to make arrowheads and stuff. He used to make me little swords that look just like this. If that's too much for you, let's take a look at these. This is like an old arrowhead field. I don't know if you've ever been out there hunting arrowheads, but these are the biggest points that have ever been found in the history of the human race, man. And what's clear is that people have already known about this. I'm here to release it, but this is worked stone on a scale that, you know, look at the scale, John. Okay. Good God in heaven. Could that be real? You know what? It is real. And so that's amazing. I'll take you back down here. Let me show you what looks like a snail. Do you see this here, buddy? Look at that. You can see some antennae there. Okay. You can see that. It's kind of like it's encased in amber. That would be a tree. And it's unclear if that's not some type of an entrance or, you know, what's going on here. John, I've got so much material. This is not even where I started. I started on Mount Shasta, and I'll spare you the details on that deal right now, but you've really got to ask yourself, what is this? What is that? Because it's the abdomen, if that's what it is reminiscent of what you see over here. And so, wow, putting these pieces of the puzzle together, it's exciting. This is real, and it's really there. This is the same network that, you know, is used for shipping food all over the world and so much more. One more thing while I've got you. This should captivate your audience. This is an exclusive for you. And so I'm happy to really offer it with you. And you said something that really, a lot of things that really hit home with me. I have been so immersed in secret projects my whole life that I had become fearful. And it's hard to trust people. And I'm on the 33 degree out here in North Dallas right now. There's a whole series of mounds, brother, that I just want to show you so bad. I know that it's controlled by the different, you know, lodges in the area. I've met with them. I've talked to them. And I'm not a Freemason. You know, I have respect for them, and I don't conjecture about it as much. There's been some really bad things, but there's so much I want to show you. Let's get you a look at another quick giant right here, John. You know, we see a broad variance in the genetic morphology associated with giantism that's caused from the intermingling of the DNA that you've talked to people like Steve Quayle about and others. Of course, I've talked to Steve for years. Little bit of a sore subject right now. I think that I finally hit a brick wall with Steve on this information, and I'm not sure why. I know that, you know, quite frankly, the Freemasons have been very much in charge of, you know, concealing the giants and preparing for some of the things associated with them. And I'm, it's a little bit, I've done some pretty big shows, and I've had my own show and stuff, but you're somebody that I've always really respected in the scene because, what happened with Coast to Coast and kind of what's happened at Coast to Coast. I was on Dark Matter. I don't know. I mean, what? I can find this thing with my eyes closed, and somewhere you're distracting me. You need to see this, and so sorry, I'm so sloppy with this, but these findings, the caliber of this is just, you're not going to find it anywhere else, John. And so I'm happy to work with you. I'm happy to be able to bring this stuff to your audience, and I don't want to, I want to be able to trust each other enough to say, well, I'm not here for any secret agenda. I'm here to help get the truth out. I walk with an army on me half the time out there. I'm in special projects. I've done all kinds of stuff. That gal called in right after I was on the air. Let's see. And every show that I've ever done, I've never not been asked back on, except for a couple of people, and there's some pretty deep reasons for it. Let's take a look at the deliberate construction of this kind of flotilla, if you like. Okay, you can see the cranium here, you can see the nose, you can see the scale. Okay, wow. You can see another one here that's you can kind of see like an Egyptian headdress there type. You see it's like a mummy. This thing's full of giants, man. You can see the feet coming down towards each other. They're facing each other. One's much smaller. What in the hell is that? This is a very deliberate thing. We've seen the construction of these in places like the South China Sea. I've been all over the world with this. This is the tip of the iceberg, if you like. Back to the genetic morphology. It says that they sinned against animals and all these other things in the apocryphal books. Bottom line, that is a bird, raptor type creature. Look at it. Look at it good, because that's what it is. Look at the beak. Oh my gosh. This is that female cranial structure that we see again. Looks like she's about to kill the thing. We actually have a song about it that's pretty cool. I'll share that with you. And I'm going to leave it right there. There's so much more. I'm going to take you one more place, and I'm just going to kind of zoom in, and I'm going to let you see some stuff, and we can talk about it on the show. I'm looking forward to it. As far as clearance and all that stuff, it's green light all the way, buddy. And so we can do this. Since when did islands cast shadows, number one? Why are there these spherical things with a thing around an ankle region on a giant? What? Okay. I'm looking at gestation pods out here growing as islands, much like they did in Lemuria. Okay. I've been monitoring this for some time. Look at this. John, listen, I'm just going to give you an exclusive right off the bat. And I worked cryptography. I'm going to show you some megalithic stone heads that, I release into the public domain in the context of being integrated into the communications, the broadcasting network right there with a pyramid nobody's ever seen. John, okay, look where we're at with this, okay? The handbags that we see on the Anunnaki glyphs, I can assure you that's what that is right here. And I'm going to show you why, okay? These islands are grown. I'm literally out here watching the gestation. There are several identical islands to this, and some of these structures have been retrofitted and even demolished here in America. And so that's a whole nother story to get into. We are at a whole new level of disclosure just with this brief video, and it's an honor to be able to share it with you. This is real-time Google Earth. This is nothing that I've made up. This is right on time. That's what it is. And love you, man. I'm so happy to be able to work with you. I'm excited about this. If somebody's giving you problems about this, what I would encourage you is to go public with it. I can offer you all types of different things in conjunction with the prayer that I am constantly in. And I've got to tell you, the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim really are these demons, and it's causing a lot of confusion. It's plugged into the communications infrastructure, and this is the whole idea of the prince of the power of the air, man. And so I know that resonates with you, man. Okay, we'll talk soon. Thanks.